All right, guys, welcome back to another Big Buck Blueprint podcast. We've got another good one, Kevin Summers, and some of you might remember him from last year where he took a 279-inch whitetail in Kentucky. He's done it again. Third year in a row that he's killed a deer over 180 inches. This one's 187 inches, but we're going to get into the full story of it, of how he's doing this, how he's making this happen. This one was killed on 27 acres of land right behind his house. So can't wait to get into this one. This podcast is brought to you by MTM Case Guard. Thank you guys for being a partner of this podcast, but let's get straight into this thing.
Come on, you think of that. I mean, that's what you think of.
Boy, give me 5, boy.
All right, Kevin, deja vu all over again. I told you last year whenever you took that 279-inch, I told you, I said, contact us, let us know when you kill your next one. This year, second day of opening weekend of Kentucky, you got another hammer down. So let's talk about this one. So 187 inches?
187 and 6/8.
Good gosh, man. And that's Buckmaster Score. Hunter scored this one, or Dale?
No, actually Hunter did.
Hunter scored this one. Hunter's a great scorer. We got Hunter and Dale. Both of them, they bounce back and forth from Tennessee and Kentucky, but both of them are really good scorers of ours. But, man, I can't wait to get into this one. And, again, if y'all watched the podcast last year, he killed that 279. It was that cactus crypto buck, but it was a heck of a deer. And then years before that, I mean, you've killed a handful of 150, 160, 170, but you said just a while ago, you told me in the past 3 years you've killed over what, 180?
The last 3 years have been all 3 years have been over 180 something inches.
Man, that is impressive, dude. You were doing something right. So can't wait to get into this, dude. I know you got a little bit of time, and I appreciate you jumping on. But so your property, was this on the same property as last year?
No, I actually killed this deer on my own property. We got like 27 acres where I live at, and about 3 years ago, I let a buddy kill a 162-inch deer off of the same property. And man, I run cameras on it. I do the mineral stuff. I just don't ever really focus a whole lot on my land and behind my house. This year, I scout around. I was finding some nice deer at 160s and maybe 150s and stuff. I just really was looking for something bigger. And all summer long, I had this deer on camera behind my house, and I was checking cameras. I'm like, man, this deer's a good deer. And I think I'm going to say, I sent you a picture sometime in early season.
Yeah, it was.
He was already like 150 inches, I think, for the 1st of July.
Mm-hmm. That's about the time frame I got it. And that's in your backyard. 20, how many acres? 23 acres?
27 acres.
27 acres. Good gosh, man. That's impressive. So right there in your backyard, you obviously got him on camera. Do you know this deer? Is he history with him? Was he just a freak, just showed up?
Actually, I had him on camera last year, but I didn't get many good pictures of him because, like I said, last year I was focusing on the deer that I was hunting, the 279.
Mm-hmm.
I had cameras. I had a couple pictures of him. And he's probably about 150, 160 last year at the tops.
Right.
But I didn't really focus on him that much. And then I just started running cameras this spring. Started getting pictures of him. I'm like, man, this is a pretty good deer. And I always downgrade myself. I always deer's 150, 160. And I had a couple places. I like deer's in the 170s.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really know he was going to be 180.
Yeah. Man, that's impressive. How old do you think he was? You think he was a younger deer? Do you think he was 4 or 5?
I think he was at least probably a 4-year-old deer.
Man, that's impressive too. I mean, I just got off a while ago too, Kevin. I covered another one. Nathan, he's from Kentucky too, but he killed another. It was about a 4 or 5-year-old deer that was same thing. I mean, just a hammer, just freaking. It blew up. And it's crazy to think. I mean, there's no way though you can pass that deer. I mean, there's no way. But if you did, he possibly could have jumped to mid-190s, 200. But I mean, that is a heck of a deer for that age. I mean, that's some good genetics.
Yep. And I actually, one of my friends that worked for me, he seen this deer last year crossing the road right in front of my house.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I just couldn't get a good picture of him last year. This year, all summer long, the deer was feeding on mineral. I'm talking about like eating it up, like all summer long. Just every day he was there at the mineral lick. And about every one or two, like about every week, I'd go there and put a bunch of Lucky Buck out and some other stuff out. And then he would be there he would just be there.
Mm-hmm.
He's the first deer that I have ever seen that just constantly come to a mineral lick.
Mm. Ain't
And
that
he was
crazy?
he was eating it up.
Maybe that contributed to his growth. I mean, I don't know, but over the years, if he's just hitting that, if you're providing it, I mean, that could be why he's what he is. But so
Yeah.
27 acres. How's this thing laid out? Is it thick? Is it hills? Is it?
Well, it's how it's laid out. It's where I live at. It's a long gravel road that goes back to the woods,
Mm-hmm.
and we have some crop fields, and I think we got 15 or something acres of crop fields and beans this year, and then we got a big long fish road, and then we have a big cedar thicket back there. Well, this deer was coming out to the beans and eating. It's kind of like a little patch we let grow up that we can't farm because it's too rocky.
Mm-hmm.
And he was coming in that area every day, eating licking that salt and stuff. And man, the first time that I have ever seen these farmers plant the beans, they planted them early this year, and the beans was dying. And I'm like, oh my god, this deer's fixing to leave. This deer's fixing to leave. He's here for the beans. He's fixing to leave, and he just didn't leave. The beans are actually ready to cut right now as we speak.
Wow. So
he stayed, never left. I mean,
you think that was his home area? I mean, do you think like last year
Yeah.
did he leave or?
I think no. He like I said, I got him on camera once or twice later in the year, but I had a couple friends tell me there were some giants here, and I just never really paid attention because I was hunting that 279.
Mm-hmm.
And most time the deer that behind my house and that other farm I killed that big one, most time they're home body deer that stay there.
Mm-hmm.
All the other farms I got is kind of a migrate deer when the rut comes in.
Right.
These two farms right here is kind of they stay there.
Right. Man, that's impressive. So let's just get into it. I mean, it's a heck of a deer, heck of a story, I know, but it's crazy you didn't really have a whole lot of history with him. He just blew up somewhat overnight. That's intriguing. But I want to know, what about your stand placement here? Is it a lock on? Is it a saddle? What are you hunting?
It's actually a lock on hang on stand. I've been wanting to try the saddles. I just ain't got around to trying them yet.
Yeah.
I'm kind of stuck in my head for either a hang on, lock on, or a climber, a summit climber. I've always used that, and it's stuck to me. But the saddles and stuff, I really want to get into them.
Mm-hmm.
But this setup right here, where I set my salt lick was at, I didn't realize that I messed up when I put it there. There really wasn't a tree that I could actually get a shot on my salt lick. So I went in there and did a lot of trimming, and I hung my stand, and it was a lot closer than I actually average always put my stand. It was actually an 11-yard shot from my stand. I usually have my corn pile, salt lick, and all that about 20, 25 yards to 30.
Right.
Well, this year I couldn't do that, so I put it at like 11 yards. And man, you talking about a close shot, looking at a big rack.
I can only imagine. That's what I was just about to say. So you ended up killing him. Let's get into that. So your stand, your setup here, the way it sounds like it's pretty tight quarters is where you're at.
Yes, it's very tight for us. It was kind of a weird situation. There's this little, we got a pond back here, and there's a branch that runs through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I set up on this branch where our pond is, and you got beans on one side, and you got a fence row. And man, I hate hunting in the mornings this time of year, but I just kind of made myself to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I snuck in there, but I didn't run nothing out or nothing, and just got lucky.
So this was a morning hunt. So that's I really can't. I don't know the last morning hunt I've heard, successful morning hunt during velvet season. I've heard somebody say, because it is hard. It's hard. You gonna bust them out. But it sounds like, from my understanding, what it sounds like is you're kind of in a pinch, like you're in a little path that he's traveling, obviously. So
Yeah.
he was probably traveling back to bed or from the beans or something along those lines, right?
That's what I kind of had it figured out, because it's kind of a big thicket behind my the fence road that we don't own.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he was bedding this other thicket that's really growed up.
Mm-hmm.
So the first morning, Saturday morning, I was going to go hunting. I'm like, man, I can't do it. And I was talking to one of my buddies, like, man, if that's the only time he's coming in there, he could shed his velvet, just disappear. So I thought about it all night long, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get in there in the morning. So I get up at 3. I get up at like 3 in the morning, get my clothes on, and I ease back there, just walk. Actually, the day before, Saturday afternoon before that, I hunted, and I actually left my bow up in the tree, thinking about coming back that morning to hunt.
Right.
And it actually helped me sneak in my stand a little quieter.
Yeah.
And I got in my stand at like 3. It was like 3:30 when I was up in the tree, and I sat there from 3:30 to daylight. And let me tell you, it was pretty rough.
3:30 to daylight. Skeeter's probably eating you alive.
Actually, we had a little cool front come through. We didn't have much. We haven't had much rain, and it hasn't been that bad.
Right. Well, good deal. So I still can't believe you got successful in the morning. So what happened? How was the deer activity that morning? Was it pretty steady, or was it just he was the only one?
Well, I was sitting up in the tree, and it was probably we had a full moon at that time, and I had a couple of deer come to the corn pile and the salt lake and stuff, and they come in and they ate and they left, and it was about, I'm gonna say 5:45. I had some coons come to the corn pile eating, and I heard the coons all of a sudden tuck off running, and I was like, "What's that?" And I could hear something coming through the thicket. And I knew it was 2 deer. So what I do, and I was like, "Well, it's got to be some deer. It's probably him because this is when he's coming in usually."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I seen the deer walk through. I could tell it was 2 bucks, but I couldn't tell how big it was. So I eased my phone out of my pocket. And I kind of sneaked it up underneath my shirt and looked, and I seen it was him.
Oh my gosh!
So then I grab my bow, and I get ready. And at this time, it's like 5:58, almost 6 o'clock, and the deer is looking at me, and I'm saying, man, if I don't hurry up, make this shot, he could go.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I draw back on him, and I can't see my pins, and it's like it's right at 6 o'clock, and still can't see my pins.
Yeah.
So it's like 6:05. When I draw back, it was like 5:58, 5:59 when I draw back on him. Well, I couldn't see my pins, and then he raises his head up looking. So I'm holding my bow back for like 5 to 6 minutes.
Oh my god!
Before he actually seems like before he actually goes back down.
Yeah.
It thought in my mind, I was like, I'm going to ease my bow down and get a better shot. And then I'm sitting here thinking, well, I've deer hunted my whole life. I know where to put this arrow at. So I took my time and I put it right between his shoulder blades where his spine was. And he was so close, I drove the arrow straight through his spine.
Oh my god!
And straight through his double lung and folded him right in his tracks.
Are you kidding me? So you knew it was him, like you could see his rack. I mean,
oh yeah,
it was plenty of light. Yeah.
Yeah, by this time it was. I mean, I seen his rack the whole time. I just couldn't see my pins because I was kind of tucked back in the cedar
dark.
thicket.
Yep. And then, man, so it's like right at daylight. I mean, it
was
so
broad daylight.
He was easing through, trying to go to the bed. That is so freaking cool. And I've seen and heard. I've actually myself shot deer like that, and they will. If you hit them just right there in the spine and straight down, it's done. I mean, most of the time it's a quick, clean kill. So,
I mean, as soon as he hit the ground, it was like he kicked a couple times, and it was just like a matter of 3 seconds, 4 seconds. He was completely dead at 5 o'clock.
Awesome, man. That's good, quick, clean. Man, that's a quick, easy, probably the quickest podcast I've ever done, quickest story. But I mean, that's short, sweet, to the point. I mean, but that is incredible about, especially how you stuck with it. Just you didn't have any other good deer on any other farms, so you kept bouncing. And I know that's how your strategy last year. That's how you kill big deer, and that's how you've killed them over the years. Is if there's nothing here, go to the next. And,
yeah, which I got like 4 or 5 farms that I could actually hunt. I mean, I've actually got some pretty. I've got one deer in particular that I've had on camera for like 4 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
He's maybe gained like 5 or 6 inches a year. Well, this year he's going to be knocking on 160. Trying to get my son to hunt him, but he's playing football and they got practice every day. When they don't have practice, they have a game. Deer's coming in there about once or twice, or like every 2 days. He's in there in raw daylight.
Man,
it's killing me that I can't get him in there and kill it.
I know, dude. I hope you can. And then in Kentucky, y'all can only kill 1 buck a year.
1 buck.
Yeah,
1 buck a state.
I remember that, and I thought that was so crazy. I mean, even if like out of state, obviously it's just 1 buck, and I don't know. It just seems like if residents could be able to get more than 1. You know what I mean? It seems like it would be a little different. But hey, I mean, y'all have big deer, and that could be contributing to why. I mean, it's crazy. last year was the first kind of eye opener for me for it. But, the amount of big bucks that come from your state is impressive. I mean, it's really crazy. And I hate shining light on it, but, it's the genetics are there. I don't know if it's genetics, the feed source. I don't really know. Maybe it's all of it contributing, but there's some really good deer there, man.
Yeah, there's been some giants killed this weekend around my local area.
Mm-hmm. I know. I've been seeing them. They hitting the ground. You're the second podcast for this season, like deer of this season. We've been covering deer from this past season, but man, it's a heck of a deer. I mean, that's the guy before was, I think he was 190. You're 187. I mean, knocking on it. For you though, to be able to take deer, that's something that I just what's behind it? I mean, seriously, like you've taken 3 deer over 180. Last year, almost 280. Like, holy cow, an extra 100 inches from your other 2. But like, how do you do it, man? I mean, I really don't understand. Is there anything you can share?
The only thing I can tell people is, if you don't think the deer's big enough, let him walk. Mm-hmm. Give him another year.
Yeah. If
you're hesitating, guessing it, don't even try to hunt the deer, because you're going to kill him and you're going to regret it. Leave him alone. Keep giving him the salt mineral. Keep feeding him. Just let him stay there and hoping to God the next door neighbor don't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's all you really can do. That's all I ever do is just hope the next door neighbor don't kill him. And I have been really lucky that they haven't killed him, and I don't know how they haven't, but somehow these deer survive.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but they have. But only thing I can tell people to do is give them the mineral and let them live.
Yeah, let them live.
If you don't, like I said, if you don't want to kill it, don't go in there and kill it and then regret killing it after you kill it. Like, man, I shouldn't have killed that deer.
Mm-hmm. It takes discipline, and another topic we covered in the past one. But I mean, discipline. You've got to be able to discipline yourself. Hey, I'm not going to take him. He could be a 190. He could be massive next year. And I mean, you don't know what. I don't know. And again, I don't know what contributes to this, but what makes a deer go from 130, 140 at a 2.5-year-old, a monster, but what makes him jump to a 170? It's crazy how deer do it, and they do it in the 2 to 3 mark or the 3 to 4 mark, or sometimes I've seen the 4 to 5, 5 to 6. I mean, it just kind of depends, and it all variables of, is it drier that year? Is it acorn crop? Is it, ag around you? I mean, there's a lot of things that contribute, but it's very interesting to see deer taken across the country, from Maryland to, dude, Montana. We see Mississippi. And it seems like every year there's you see a little bit of all of it. And it's just all variables of the different deer herds too. You know what I mean?
I've had people on a daily be like, man, you're just lucky. You're just lucky. Yeah, no. I mean, it is luck. I ain't saying it ain't, because it is luck. But my thing is, it's luck, but it's also some of these people that's telling me this, I'll go out there and shoot them 130 and 140, and their excuse was that's the only deer that was there.
How many deer?
You don't have to. You don't have to kill a buck.
Exactly. So how many deer? That's something. How many deer do you pass that's under 140, 150?
I mean, around in Kentucky, when I was younger, I would pass several 140s, 150s, because I was actually hunting a giant.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't going to shoot a 140 because I knew I didn't want that deer.
Right.
I would just let him live and let him try to grow and get bigger. Somebody else killed him, but I wasn't putting a tag on him. I was trying to kill that giant, and that's how I killed him.
Right.
And the number one key is don't kill a deer if you ain't happy with it.
Right.
I mean, and I understand there's, like, a kid goes out there and kills a 130, 140, hey, that's fine. But I had a deer, like Pacific, I had a deer last year on camera, and he was a 160, 150, 160, and he broke his whole right side off. And I'm like, man, this deer's going to make it, because he's tore all to pieces. Ain't nobody going to kill him. Then I find out some people next to me kills him.
Mm.
And then they wonder why they can't kill a big deer.
All right.
You're not going to kill a big one if you shoot deer like that. No. You got to let them go.
You're right. So yeah, the best thing I can say to that is if you're not happy with it, then don't take it. Like people who do take deer, and they cut the horns off, throw it up in their barn. I mean, each his own. It's you. It's your money. It's your time. You're putting meat in the freezer. It's all about it. If you're ethical, I say it every time. If you're ethical, hunting legally, everything's right. Do it, man. Do whatever. It's a bayonet, crossbow. You're using a rifle, whatever it might be. Do what makes you happy. But there is the thing about it is if you want to take deer like this of this caliber, you have got to let the younger deer walk. Period. You can get lucky and you can have deer cross through your property and obtain a piece of property that you have a giant on it. You kill it, but it takes discipline and a lot of power to do that. I mean, you've got to let them go.
Yep. I mean, for example, say you own a farm, you buy a farm, it's a 300-acre farm. Everybody in the area is going to manage the deer. Everybody in the area, y'all going to manage the deer. I'm going to, straight honest with you, I think if you give the deer the right minerals they need, in 5 years, it wouldn't be a problem for somebody killing 170 every year after that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to take years. It takes time and patience to wait on these deer to get big.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like us when we're born. We're not born a grown up. We have to grow into it.
So true. Great point. I mean, it's like that with a lot of it, man. I mean, and we've got to be as hunters. We've got to understand that and practice that, and that's a big factor too. I know some of your places, your neighbors are on board with it, and that's something you've got to have. Some people do struggle with that, and there's not a whole lot you can do to overcome it. If you have neighbors and you got even a 50-acre, 100-acre, 200-acre sliver that's surrounded by people who do things and kill deer that's inferior, I'd say, or whatever you want to say it. It's still gonna be hard to kill a good deer. I mean, it is, but
it's gonna be really tough.
Mm-hmm, but you've got to develop your property. I think is the biggest thing I can say. They need the things that they need, like Kevin, food, water, shelter, and a doe during the rut.
And another thing that I realized, you might have a farm that you can't manage the deer, but there's always going to be one or two deer that's smarter than the rest of the deer, and they're going to realize, hey, I'm surviving on this 100-acre farm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my time wisely in the daylight on this farm that I'm going to survive on, and I'm going to travel to these other farms at night. I think that's one of the things that the last 2 years I've killed big deer off of this farm. Before that, last year and the year before that, I think that's what the deer's figured out. Hey, I can survive in daylight on this farm. The neighbor's farm, I got to move at night.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So true, man. That's why you see the nocturnal. I mean, it's no pressure. If you're not pressuring them, you have everything they need. They're going to stay. They're going to be there, and they will venture, and that's how you get them. They get killed, but you're going to increase your chances for sure by doing and following those steps. But I really can't believe it. I told myself last year, I was like, "There's no way he's going to kill another." There's no way. I mean, but it struck 3 times in a row the past 3 years, a deer over 180. I hope and pray you hit him next year too, and you get another. I want you to break 200 again. Is my hope.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the deer this year when I went up to him, I was like, man, this deer's gonna be busting 190s, close.
Yeah, he's on it.
He's on it, and next year I'm gonna look for that 200. Like I looked for it this year, but I'll be honest with you. This year I didn't really have to look as hard. He just was in my back door. I actually walked out my back door and went hunting that morning. Didn't even use the four-wheeler. I didn't use my e-bike or nothing. I just went straight to walk to my stand. I mean, the deer means more to me because I killed him on my own property.
For sure. And I definitely, Kevin, you will never, and I feel very confident in saying this, and I never know, you could, but that 279 last year, holy cow. I still can't. He's one that I show my buddies. I'm like, did you ever see this deer in Kentucky that was taken last year? I mean, it's like unbelievable at the size of that deer. You've been blessed, man.
I was actually reading the article. I got the magazine in the mail yesterday, and I was reading the article where there were 16 points. That was just shy of an inch.
Mm-hmm.
That would have put him all over 300 inches.
A free range deer, dude. I mean, 300-inch free range deer could have been. You don't see.
I mean, if I would have just let him live a week, he might have hit that 300 inches.
Ain't that crazy? Because of what he was, and he was a crypto deer, so he continued to grow. Like he's just, man. It's crazy. Well, dude, I can't thank you enough. I really, really appreciate it. But let me know. I wish you could kill another one in your state this year, but we'll probably have to wait till next year.
I'm going to Illinois and I'm going to Tennessee this year. I'm just going to get ready to start getting prepared for it.
Man, get it. Please let me know. And I know you will, but I wish nothing but success for you. I thank you for sharing your knowledge. I think there's something here that can be taken from this podcast, but short and sweet. I think we covered everything of it, but congratulations, dude. And I hope and pray I see you again in the near future.
I'm going to try to.
All right, buddy. Well, thank y'all. That concludes it for another Big Buck Blueprint podcast. We got so many more coming. We're going to try to get out of the state of Kentucky, but I have a feeling we're going to stay on Kentucky for a little while because this is the glory time of Kentucky. So, but we appreciate y'all for watching. See y'all on the next one.